Good evening, Mr. or Mrs. Wife. It is with great sorrow that I am to inform you that your husband and or wife has lost their life in Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. But fret not. The original Call of Duty Modern Warfare series has some of the best campaigns in the franchise. These stories attempt to balance exciting, explosive action with a reverence and respect for the horrors of war, with the most upfront and obvious example being the death quotes of the campaign. When you die in a Call of Duty campaign, a quote appears on the screen, usually from a famous person attempting to say something profound about war. These can range from deep and contemplative retrospectives of war to, "I like the Marines." So I thought I would go through each of these death screen quotes and rank them on a tier list of how good they are. Incoming fire has the right of way. Unknown. Yeah, I imagine I wouldn't want my name slapped onto a brain-dead quote like this too. This is just a slightly more interesting way of saying, don't step into oncoming fire. D for dumbass quote. What the? I just loaded this. In war, truth is the first casualty. Starting out with an absolute banger from the ancient Greek playwright Aeschylus. It makes commentary on how most wars start from lies, but also how disinformation is often the first weapon wielded in a war. This is an S tier, it doesn't get easier than this. Mankind must put an end to war, or war will put an end to mankind. Our boy John Kennedy hitting us with facts like a bullet to the head. Honestly, just thinking about all the perfectly shot quotes from JFK really gives me a head-splitting migraine. I hope I'm not blowing anyone's minds here by dropping this off in A tier. War does not determine who is right, only who is left. Bertlin Russell. Bert gabbing some mediocre crap here. Most wars aren't started because someone thinks they're right. Most of the time, it's because you have something and I want it. Although I'll give him some slack here since he was probably talking about World War II, which is the quintessential we think we are right war. C tier.
That's rather a bit cringe, innit, bro?
A ship without Marines is like a garment without buttons. Admiral David D. Porter. While on the surface this appears to be Admiral Porter giving a blowy to his Marine regiments, this is actually a subtle bit of wisdom embedded within its great words, that even the greatest war machines alone, such as warships and tanks, are not sufficient to achieve victory, and that good troops on the ground are a necessity in any battle. B tier. The press is our chief ideological weapon, Nikita Khrushchev. Probably the only truthful thing Comrade Khrushchev ever said. It highlights how powerful controlling the flow of information to the unwashed masses can be. And while probably the only truthful thing Comrade Khrushchev ever said, and while Comrade was speaking of the great motherland, in this quote, it is true for all countries, both red and blue. B tier. If the enemy is in range, so are you. Blatantly wrong and completely nonsensical to anyone thinking about it for more than 2 seconds. If I have a sniper and the enemy has a pistol, I am not in range. If I am sitting in an artillery position and you do not have artillery, I am not in range. The best I can surmise from this line is that it's trying to say you should always be alert in a combat situation, but even that is giving too much credit. F tier. Aim towards the enemy.
one of the most brain-dead, waste of time, completely unimpactful quotes I've ever seen. I would put it in Omega F tier if I could, if it wasn't for the context that comes from this quote. It's a basic instruction written on a rocket launcher. Nothing more than a helpful front and back indicator for the weapon. Never meant to be profound in any way. It just sounds kind of funny out of context. C tier.
Whether you like it or not, history is on our side. We will bury you, Nikita Khrushchev. This is a direct quote from Comrade Khrushchev while giving a speech to several NATO envoys at the Soviet embassy in 1956. The full quote is as such. And even in context, it was taken as a show of Soviet power and confidence by the East, and as a direct threat of nuclear war by the West. After this speech, 12 of the NATO envoys immediately left the room, helping to set the tensions of the Cold War in place for more than 30 years. For having a tangible impact on history, I can award it no less than S tier. Oh, come on, comrades, this is really necessary. I gave it S tier. S tier. So long as there are men, there will be wars. Albert Einstein.
Albert, what the hell are you talking about? Animals have wars all the time. Ants, termites, and chimpanzees. So even without people, they would still be happening. But not only is this objectively wrong, but all it is really saying is that as long as there are people, they will inevitably not 100% agree on everything and have conflict. Wow, Albert. Next you're going to tell me that gravity and time are relative and that energy is the same as mass times the speed of light squared. Stick to math, Albert. F tier.
I think the human race needs to think about killing. How much evil must we do to do good? Robert McNamara. Pretty based quote asking the question, at what point does justifying killing for the greater good just become evil itself? I know the answer, but I'm not telling you guys. You haven't heard it yet. A tier. Any military commander who is honest will admit he makes mistakes in the application of military power. Robert McNamara.
Again, nothing really fancy here. It's just everyone makes mistakes, but for the big boys at the war table. C tier.
You can make a throne of bayonets, but you cannot sit on it for long. Boris Yeltsin.
Clever and poetic commentary on how becoming a leader through violence is a short-term occupation with a low lifespan. A tier. Boris, this borscht is so good. What did you put in it?
The deadliest weapon in the world is a Marine and his rifle. General John J. Pershing.
God bless our troops. God bless America. And gentlemen, start your engine!
Concentrated power has always been the enemy of liberty. Ronald Reagan.
Simple and straightforward, a statement on how too much power given to a select few has the tendency to result in fewer freedoms for the many. B tier.
Well, I can change that in a hurry.
Whoever stands by a just cause cannot possibly be called a terrorist. Yasser Arafat. Yeah, definitely disagree with you on that, Yasser. Most extremists believe they are fighting for a just cause. That's why they are so extreme in their methods. It's the way you fight for something that makes you a terrorist, not what you fight for. F tier.
I bet you thought he was gonna blow up and kill me, huh? You thought he was gonna be like a suicide bomber and kill me, huh? You thought that because he's Arab and he has a turban. That's pretty fucked up of you. Why would you think that? That's racist. I'm gonna die of cringe now. Bye. Nothing in life so exhilarating as to be shot out without result. Winston Churchill. Oh, what's this, bruv? You got your quote license? Oh, real bish bash job that Churchill did, telling us you don't like get shot. How about you get the fuck down in F tier where you belong, you wanker? Alright then, that's all done. Now time to die to poor dental hygiene.
War is delightful to those who have not yet experienced it. Erasmus. Simple but effective. It's easy to portray war as exciting and action-packed, and stories about war are often the most popular among the masses, yet the reality is far from the fabled tales we've all heard. A tier. Friendly fire isn't unknown. Look, I get it. It's a play on words, and it's cute, but that's all it has going for it. Yeah, of course friendly fire is just as dangerous as enemy fire. C tier.
Since when does Shepard care about danger close?
Diplomats are just as essential in starting a war as soldiers are for finishing it. Will Rogers. An excellent take on how wars are often started by the very people who are supposed to prevent them in the first place. A tier.
Some of you may die, but it's a sacrifice I am willing to make.
I think that technologies are morally neutral until we apply them. It is only when we use them for good or evil that they become good or evil. William Gibson. One of the most underrated quotes in history. The only things that are capable of evil are beings that can choose to be good or evil. Even the greatest inventions for humanity can be used for evil, and even the most evil of inventions can be used for good. This is an S tier. All that is necessary for evil to succeed is for good men to do nothing. Edmund Burke. A fantastic critique of pacifism and an unwillingness to act among good-hearted people. An easy F. Older men declare war, but it is the youth that must fight and die. Herbert Hoover. A wholly worse version of the earlier quote from Will Rogers, it attempts to portray an obvious fact as a deep moral failing. The younger generation are sent to war because they are more physically fit for the task, and therefore would give the best results in battle. I understand the implication he's trying to make, that older politicians send off young people to die, but like he's just saying all old people. You're not being specific enough. Bad quote. D tier. The commander in the field is always right, and the rear echelon is wrong unless proved otherwise. Colin Powell. Echoing the woes of anyone being told how to do their job by a higher-up who has never worked the position before. Its simplicity is what makes it a great piece of wisdom, since it roughly translates into, if you weren't there, then shut the fuck up. B tier.
Oh god. Oh no.
Freedom is not free, but the U.S. Marine Corps will pay most of your share. Ned Doland.
It's cute. C tier.
I know not with what weapons World War III will be fought, but World War IV will be fought with sticks and stones. Albert Einstein. An absolutely stellar and chilling line from Albert Einstein. Everyone... Oh. Oh no. S tier. Whoa. The truth of the matter is that you always know the right thing to do. The hard part is doing it. Norman Schwarzkopf. This is by far the most incorrect quote in the entire lineup of quotes. There are plenty of ways to not know what the right thing to do is, if you don't have the full context, if there's a lack of information on what's going on, etc. This is F tier easily. Go to hell, Norman.
Son Azu, if you know the enemy and know yourself, you need not fear the results of 100 battles. Let your plans be as dark and impenetrable as the night, and when you move, fall like a thunderbolt. A leader leads by example, not by force. All warfare is best.
Nearly all men can stand adversity, but if you want to test a man's character, give him power. Abraham Lincoln.
Based off the idea that absolute power corrupts absolutely, it expands on it by postulating that giving someone power can reveal who they truly are deep down. A tier.
Got him!
The tree of liberty must be refreshed from time to time with the blood of patriots and tyrants. Thomas Jefferson.
Damn, Jeff. That's metal as fuck. A tier.
No battle plan survives contact with the enemy. Colin Powell.
One of my personal favorites. It describes how war is absolute chaos, in a clever way, and subtly explains how good, well-trained soldiers are what make victories possible. A tier.
A man may die, nations may rise and fall, but an idea lives on. John F. Kennedy, boy, did I hit the nail on the head here. I would put this in S tier, but Daddy Orb would punish me again. UWU. I'll drop this in B tier.
Keep looking below surface appearances. Don't shrink from doing so just because you might not like what you find. Colin Powell. Really great advice overall, and a weird thing for a government official to say given the implications. B tier.
Oh, no, not the beast! Not the beast! Ah!
The world will not accept dictatorship or domination. Mykolai Gorbachev. Well, not with that fucking attitude. C tier.
Wait, where's the death? Something was supposed to kill me after every segment. No. Oh, here he comes. Oh my god, it's the stale. Oh my god, I'm a huge fan. Oh, he's gonna take a while. Oh yeah, okay, he's doing well. Okay, I'm just gonna ramble off a bunch of them while we still have time. Tyrants have always some slight shade of virtue. They support the laws before destroying them. By that good band. S tier. Heroes may not be braver than anyone else. They're just braver for 5 minutes longer by Ronald McDonald. Sure, why not B tier? In the end, it was luck. We were this close to nuclear war and luck prevented it. Robert McChicken Mara. That's very humble of you, B tier. We sleep safely in our beds because rough men stand ready in the night to visit violence on those who would harm us. George Orwell. I heard he wrote a good book one time. A tier. Teamwork is essential. It gives them other people to shoot at by my father figure. Whoever this was always picked last in dodgeball. D tier. The real and lasting victories are those of peace and not war. Thank you, Wreck-It Ralph. Very based. B tier. We're in a world in which the possibility of terrorism married up with technology could make us very, very sorry we didn't act. Very basic. I can't believe a Condoleezza fried this rice. C tier. In war, you win, you lose, live or die, and the difference is just an eyelash. General Douglas MacArthur. I liked it better when you wanted to nuke China. C tier. You can't say civilizations don't advance, for in every war they kill you in a new way. Wow, Mr. Rogers episodes have really gotten weird, huh? B tier. It doesn't take a hero to order men into battle, it takes a hero to be one of those men who goes into battle. Correct, but you could have said it a little bit cooler and maybe more poetically. B tier. It is fatal to enter any war without the will to win it. General Douglas MacArthur. Yes, sir, that is how wars work. C tier. Any soldier worth his salt should be anti-war, and still there are things worth fighting for. General Norman Schwarzkopf. Based. S tier. Whoever said the pen is mightier than the sword has obviously never encountered automatic weapons. General MacArthur. Sir, I don't think you properly understood that quote. D tier. Does not miss the Soviet Union, has no heart. Whoever wants it back has no brain. Vladimir Putin. Boy, I sure hope this guy doesn't lead any countries anytime soon. D tier. The tyrant always talks as if he's preserving the best interests of his people when he actually acts to undermine them. Wow, so deep and just generic enough to insert any politician you don't like into its meaning. C tier. Every tyrant who has ever lived has believed in freedom for himself. Get owned, tyrants. Man, who knew all you had to do was say tyrants bad and you'd be forever gonna be able to get yourself into a history book? That's it! Oh, it's just a regular snail. Oh, he's from Detroit. So these two quotes from Robert McNamara are basically just Einstein's quote about nuclear weapons destroying the world, except they're much worse, so I'm going to put them slightly lower than I put Einstein's. You just can't beat World War IV being fought with sticks. C tier. Oh no, my underlying heart condition that I didn't tell you guys about. If we can't persuade nations with comparable values the merits of our cause, we'd better re-examine our reasoning. Robert McNamara. Basically just this meme, but in quote format. B tier. Next up, we got some decent quotes, one from George Washington and one from Larry Reeves, which are basically just lesser versions of some of the other quotes I've gone over, so I'll put them in B tier. They're fine. Nothing to say about them, really. Time to eat this definitely chocolate chip cookie that I've been saving in my pocket this whole time.
Well, I don't have much time left, sonnies, so let's rank these last quotes before I pass into the afterlife.
There are a total of 6 quotes about the Marines in this game. These are the remaining 4 I haven't ranked yet, which I guess makes sense since you play as them in the American missions. They are all cute, but there's not really much to say about them, so I'm just going to put them in C tier as a sort of neutral ranking. Next, we have the assortment of 12 tips and tricks and did you knows coming from the infantry journals, sayings from different training manuals, or from who knows where. They're all pretty fun, especially out of context, and warrant themselves a nice B tier placement. These are especially fun to see after blowing yourself up with your own grenade. It's almost like the game has realized that you are in fact stupid and it's doing its very best to help. And for the last quote of the tier list, if a man has done his best, what else is there? General George S. Patton, S tier.
And that's my full tier list of the Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare death screen quotes, son.
Sir, I'm not your son.
I don't think I have much time left. Please, pass it along to your children as well.
I'm not gonna do that,
as
sir.
As per Orb family tradition. And
sir.
Always remember,
sir.
I love you, granddaughter.
Sir! Sir, this is a McDonald's drive-thru at 3 in the morning. This is the 3rd time you've been here this week. Oh, these meds always send me on the wildest rides. Well, dear viewer, if you enjoyed this video,
that's it, I'm calling the cops again.
Then check out some of my other crimes against humanity. This one is about dinosaur extremists committing acts of terror in a 2002 sci-fi shooter. And this video is about beating Factorio with the game running at 25 times speed. Each video I have is highly radioactive and is guaranteed to burn your neurons to a crisp. Please give them a watch, but I can't force you since I am legally obligated to stay 500 yards away from your house at all times. If your yearning for spherical baloney is so intense that you wish to support this channel, then please share this video with friends, family, and your favorite content creator. If my parasitic embryos have already wedged themselves deep within your mind, creating an undying loyalty to the orb, which you cannot resist, then join me every Sunday at 12 p.m. Eastern as I stream on twitch.tv/Orb of Meat. There are also channel memberships available, which supply you with cringe emotes in which to aggro all non-neurodivergent humans in a 20-meter radius. Even if you don't become a member, don't worry, I will never lock content behind a paywall since I believe that preventing fans from viewing my content is cringe. However, this channel is very small, and each video takes a lot of effort to make happen. It is especially challenging working with my editor. God, I fucking hate that guy. I try my best to release a bit of brain rot every 1 to 2 weeks, but this can be challenging since I have to devote so much time to hunting wild VTubers on the street for sustenance. Any help you can give will assist me in procuring ethically sourced VTuber meat and improve the rate and quality of these digital hemorrhoids that I upload to YouTube. As always, I will have another video out soon, and I am currently working on several large-scale factorial projects. Here's a teaser to keep you edging until the next time I climax. In the meantime, I will once again ascend to Gamer Hala, where I will be hanging 10 with Master Chief on Dorito Everest. Bye.